I know this has to be like mad annoying because the blinds are in my face, but I'm gonna go ahead and record on this Venus retrograde, or I'm either going to record tonight. This blind right here, it with the sunlight, it looks cool, looks a little tribal, but it's like a distraction. So I don't know. Can you guys hear me or feel me with this going on? With all this going on in my face, Venus and Aries, the face. I decided to do that night anyway. Plus Venus is exalted in a nighttime chart, so fuck it. So I'm going to talk about the Venus and Aries retrograde that'll be taking place March 1st through March 27th. Even though the Venus retrograde takes place March 1st through April 12th of 2025 this year. So here's the thing about Venus and Aries. Venus being in the sign of Aries, whether it's in your natal chart or for the collective, like a transit or whatever, it's very selfish. It's very hot-headed. It wants what it wants when it wants it. And it only thinks about its own desires, because Aries is I am. Am I being satisfied? Is this person I'm in a relationship making me happy? Are these friendships benefiting me? Have my actions in this case made things better or worse? These are the questions that are going to be asked more from an internal standpoint, because Venus is turning backwards. So you're reflecting back on you. What parts did you play in your relationships or your own demise? Do you even see yourself as someone who's deserving of the best? During this time, you're gonna have to really look at your wounding, like your own wounds when it comes to your physicality. Like, do you feel that you're attractive? Do you feel that you're desirable? Do you have the capability of filling your own cup instead of depending on people to fill your cup? Instead of being an asshole and saying, you know what, this person didn't do this for me, they're the problem. Guess what, honey? You're the problem. You're the problem because you didn't have any awareness of your behaviors or the consequences of your own actions. And so now you're over here, you're alone, the collective is alone, and they're thinking about, oh my gosh, I've been an asshole. Oh my gosh, I'm the reason why I'm by myself. I'm the reason why I'm ugly, because I've been telling myself ugly things, because I feel ugly. Therefore, I treat other people ugly. So let me tell you something. When Venus is in Aries, you act like a child when it comes to your social life, when it comes to your spending, when it comes to you being out there, right? So you have no awareness. A child doesn't have an awareness, okay? Aries is the baby of the zodiac. A baby has no awareness. It cries, it shits, you give it what it wants, or you throw a fit. And so for this collective, we've all been throwing fits. We've all been selfish. We all have been pointing the finger at everybody else when really it is us that's the problem. And so from March 1st through March 27th, we have to really take a really strong look at ourselves and see that we have some work to do. And we have to admit to some shit that we have been doing wrong. The things that we've caused, whether it was to others or to ourselves. We have to look inside ourselves again, just like with Chiron and Aries, and we have to heal those part of ourselves that makes us act out, that makes us lash out on people, that makes us crash out. We're forced to be honest with ourselves at this time. We're realizing that we're responsible for our own self-concept. You can't rely on other people to give you compliments. You can't rely on other people to love you, to give you the things that you want out of life. You have to go out there and you have to get it. If you want to feel beautiful, you have to go out there. I was going to say buy beauty products, but since Venus is retrograde in this sign, I would refrain from doing that, because you may not get what you want, or you may not get the results that you wanted out of that. But it's just like, you have to fix your self-concept on how you feel about yourself before you go screwing up everybody else's life, before you go demanding other things, before you go stepping into a room or this energy, thinking that you have it all, thinking that you are the shit, when you haven't even handled your own shit. And I know this is harsh, but you have to hear it, because this is what you're going to be dealing with for quite a while, for like 27 days. Your task for this time is to own up to your shit, accept who you are, your flaws and all, and to just stare at yourself and say, you know what? I love you, but we need some work. We don't need to try to heal ourselves or try to distract ourselves with these little monetary hookups and flings and drinking and flirting and things like that, acting like everything's okay, because everything is not okay. It's not okay all the time. And so it becomes okay when we ask ourselves if we're okay, and then we fix that. Then comes Venus retrograding in the sign of Pisces, which is exalted, but it's retrograde. So what are you going to be doing this time as the collective, experiencing a higher love within us? Because we chose to acknowledge and bring to awareness our issues that we have with ourselves, in turns with each other. So when you have Venus in Pisces, or Venus is in Pisces retrograding, you're going to be realizing that the connections that you've made with some of the people from your past were not really good connections. They weren't good for your soul's growth. They weren't aiding you to go anywhere. All you did was go out together and drink. All you did was talk shit about other people and then talk shit about each other behind your back. All you did was have fun, but then destroy each other in the end. And when Venus retrogrades back in the sign of Pisces, March 7th through April 12th of this year, you'll see some of your contacts that don't aid you fade away. And then you'll be appreciative of it in the end, because now you have time to connect to your soul, to connect to your purpose. And you're finding out what true love is, what true value is, because that's what Venus represents. It represents our values. It represents our love language. It represents relating. And it's no longer from a superficial concept. It is from a soul to soul concept. Like, I see you, sister or brother. I see you. This is what I want for you, because me and you share the same vision. Me and you are connected. We're soul sisters or soul brothers. And so you'll see all of us bonding with the people we were supposed to be in, because we have had this soul connection, because we have connected to our own inner being, our higher selves. Now we're going to be able to draw in people who are soulmates, draw in some dream contacts, draw in people who we're supposed to be doing business with, who we're supposed to be creating with, drawing in our soul tribe. Because at the end of the day, we're humans. We need human connection, but we also need evolution, unconditional love. And so when Venus retrogrades in the sign of Pisces, we're being taught that unconditional love. We're being taught to heal ourselves. We've been taught to have this relationship with our soul and intend to have compassion for our fellow man. But we need to know compassion for ourselves before we give it out to anybody else. I would also like to include that for the time that Venus is retrograded in the sign of Aries, March 1st through the 27th, people will come back from your past, whether it be a lover, whether it be a friend, an acquaintance, a boss, whoever. They'll be coming back into your life, and it's going to be triggering, because Aries is a triggered sign. And when it's retrograde, it's like, I remember how you made me feel. I remember how you made me feel. You pissed me the F off. We have a score to settle. People will be coming back into your life because you spiritually feel, you probably and them feel, that there's a score that needs to be settled. It's like, it's a testing period. It's testing you to see if you're that same old person. If you're the same old person that will crash out. You're the same old person that will snatch a bitch's wig off. Or you're the same person who will pull out that weapon and hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're being tested on whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm telling you, do not react, but I'm telling you to respond in these cases. Even, and you know what? I'm a Virgo, so I'm just going to give you this piece of advice. If you see somebody that you don't like that triggers you, act like they do not exist.
Oh, Peter, what's happening? Listen,
don't even entertain them. I don't give a damn if they said hello. Just walk past them like they're a damn tree. You know, trees give us a bunch of life, oxygen, it gives us beauty, it gives us shade, and no one gives a shit about passing a tree. And unless you're like a Pisces or a Taurus, or you're like an earthy spiritual type that loves to hug trees. But I'm talking about like a regular person. Always acknowledge a tree. And what I'm saying to you guys is that you cannot always acknowledge that person from your past, that ops, that temptation, that person that triggers you. Just the best advice is don't F with them. Now, when Venus retrogrades in the sign of Pisces from March 27th to April 12th, people will be coming back into your life where they're like the person that got away. You know, not just a friend, but like someone who you considered more than a friend, someone that you considered marriage potential or commitment potential. They could be coming back into your life as well to remind you of what you missed and what you should value. And you might actually get back together for a while, you know? But that's to be expected. The purpose of Venus retrograde is to review over how you respond and how you react in your relationships, and how that is connected to your self-concept, your self-awareness, your self-image, and most importantly, your self-love. So I hope that I was able to touch you with that message that sometimes we are our own problems in relationships, and we can't blame the whole world and everybody around us. You know, sometimes it is everybody else's fault. Sometimes it is society's fault. You know, I'm a mystic nonconformist. I never fit in. And I'm a pretty chill person. Like, I'll get along with somebody or I'll keep to myself. And I've had people just, you know, like make things up about me in their mind and project on me. But you know what? At the end of the day, what I'm realizing with this Venus retrograde is that I treat me. I teach people how to treat me. I teach myself boundaries, things that I will and will not accept, and I accept me for who I am. At any stage of my life, I accept me for who I am. So if people don't accept that, it is what it is. Fuck it. Because I stick to my own core beliefs and what I believe about myself and what I'm pouring into myself. I'm doing that inner work. Venus retrograde is calling all of us to that inner work on our individuality and on a soul's purpose.